Hello, everyone. I'm Molly, and welcome to this week's Week in Review on our Aortic Hope AHTV YouTube channel. I hope you enjoy this week's review, this week's review of last week, and I'm glad you're here. Who is here anyway, Joshua?
Well, we just got started. Nobody said hi yet.
All right, well, wait. Hopefully, we get to see a few peeps. Well, in the meantime, if you do enjoy this, we'd love for you to like it, share it, and click that little bell button so that you get notified of all of Aortic Hope's live events on AHTV. Let's just get right started.
Right
Right
away,
away.
Velda says, "Hello, Molly."
Hi, Velda. How are you doing up there? Is it? I bet it's still cool. I mean, we're almost gonna kick off summer here in the next week or two, 2 weeks. And apparently it's been cool around the country. So we're easing into it slowly. I'm in Alabama, I'm Birmingham at the moment, and it is hot and sticky. So it
We
feels like
have a
summer to
blast
me.
from the past in chat. Bo says hi. What's up, Bo?
What's up, Bo? Well, that's fun. I'm glad he joined us. Well, let's get started and entertain them the best we can today. Let's hop right into our Medical Monday. This is by our medical student who we love that they contribute. This is Samantha, and it's time for a checkup. And this month we are focusing on blood pressure, hypertension, high blood pressure, everything to do with blood pressure this month. Um, and today we're covering an important topic that affects millions, hypertension, also known as high blood pressure. It's often called the silent killer because it can quietly cause serious damage without showing any obvious symptoms. But the good news, it's treatable and manageable, especially if it's caught early. So what is it? Blood pressure measures the force of blood pushing against your artery walls. When this pressure stays too high for too long, it can wear down your blood vessels and organs. And a rule of thumb here is a normal blood pressure is around 120 over 80. Hypertension is consistently 130 over 80 or higher. So you want to stay kind of in that lower range, that 120 range, ideally. But obviously, everyone's different and every doctor is treating you differently. So listen to your doctor. What causes it? What causes high blood pressure? There's usually no single cause, but many factors increase your risk. You have a poor diet, like too many salty or processed foods, lack of physical activity, got to move, being overweight or obese, smoking, heavy alcohol use, chronic stress, family history is a big one, and other medical conditions such as kidney disease or certain hormone disorders. And why does it matter if you have hypertension? Because it puts you at serious risk for heart disease and heart attacks, stroke, kidney damage, vision problems, and aneurysms, which are bulging arteries that can rupture or cause dissection. How can you take control of your hypertension? The power is in your hands. You can manage hypertension through eating a heart healthy diet, lower salt, more fruits and veggies, no more processed foods or McDonald's. Stay active, move, and move more. Manage your stress. Don't be stressed out all the time. Um, Taking medication that's prescribed to you by your doctor regularly, and don't forget it and don't change it unless you talk to your doctor. And yeah, see your doctor regularly so he can monitor your blood pressure. It can be silent, or it is silent. Hypertension may be silent, but its effects are loud. By staying informed, making healthy choices, and getting regular care, you can protect your heart, brain, kidneys, and more for the long haul. Do you check your blood pressure regularly? Do you have a family history of hypertension? Share your story or your tips with us here in chat or on the website and let us know how you're managing your hypertension and where you think you are, how well you're managing it. That's Samantha. Thank you for joining her this week's Medical Monday. So, yeah, blood pressure.
Nice work.
Hypertension.
She's doing a good job, I think.
She really is. Yes, yes. We love these articles. Yeah. It's even though a lot of us live with, checking our blood pressure and, you know, being on top of it, taking medicine, a lot of people do. It's something routine, but to be reminded of the hows and whys of it and what you need to do about it, it's a good reminder every now and then. So that was good that she posted that. Yeah.
So Bo says,
Moving.
not dead yet. We're glad to hear that. And he says, I manage it with 7 different blood pressure pills. Oof.
Oh, are they all for blood pressure? Or are they for other things like, I don't know, cholesterol or other things? Are they diuretics? Yeah,
I
that could
mean,
be a
I feel
lot, but
like some of his pills come from being a Browns fan. Just saying.
if well, okay. Well, that's interesting. Well, I don't know. Chime in and chat with us and tell us about your blood pressure regimen and how often you take it and what your target is if you want to share. Yeah, and maybe, what medications you're taking for it. How successful you are at changing some of those triggers that cause and maintain your high blood pressure. Have you started moving more, eating a healthier diet? Yeah, talk to us. Come on, Velda, spill it. Come on, Bo, spill it. And moving right along to topic Tuesday, another medical student, Purab, and he is contributing our topic Tuesday and breaking down what blood pressure is, how it's measured, what the numbers mean, and most importantly, why it matters so much for those living with aortic disease. So it's a little bit of not a repeat, but just a reinforcement of Medical Monday. Again, blood pressure is the force of blood that pushes against the walls of your artery, and the aorta is the largest artery in your body. It's actually now an organ, and it does take the brunt of this high pressure with every heartbeat. An adequate pressure is required to make sure every organ receives enough blood supply, but excessively high pressures can also lead to complications. To understand the numbers, usually they're written with the top slash and a lower number, and they're measured in millimeters of mercury. Systolic is the top number, and this is the pressure in your arteries when your heart beats and pumps the blood out. Diastolic pressure is the lower bottom number, and this measures the pressure in your arteries when your heart rests between beats. So that's a lot of people might not know that. It's good to spell it out for us. And how is it measured? Well, it's commonly measured using a cuff around your arm and a stethoscope. The cuff inflates to temporarily stop blood flow, then it slowly deflates while measuring the pressure of blood flowing through the artery. Automated blood pressure monitors can be used at home, which can be very useful and helpful for keeping track of your daily readings. And if you're managing an aortic condition, your doctor may ask you to monitor your blood pressure regularly and record your numbers. And some of these newer cuffs, in fact, that one looks familiar, they keep a log of it. And it's right there. It's stored on your phone. And so you have an accurate record of every time you take your blood pressure. So they're really helpful. Some of these Bluetooth ones are really great. Some good ones. So what is a normal blood pressure? Again, we talked about it earlier. It's usually a measure of 120/80 or less. That's for just across the board, a general normal blood pressure. Of course, everyone's different. Listen to your doctor and do what his target or her target is for you and your condition. Elevated or pre-hypertension is a systolic between 120 or 139, and a diastolic a little higher, 80 to 89. And then you have hypertension when it gets 140/90 or higher. For people who have aortic aneurysms or those who have had a dissection, your doctor may recommend even lower targets, sometimes around a systolic of 110. Always follow that goal set by your healthcare team. Not everyone's the same. Yeah. So why is it so important, blood pressure to aortic disease? Consistently elevated blood pressure, like we mentioned in Samantha's blog, it puts stress on your arteries, and this can have several consequences. The arteries may develop plaques that restrict blood flow. An aneurysm may grow faster or rupture. A dissection may extend further or re-tear. Don't want that. So here's a little diagram of an aneurysm. It shows a normal blood vessel, and then with high blood pressure, it's forcing on the outer walls, and then it starts to dilate, and then it shows it bursting through the layers. And that's just something you want to avoid. Just avoid it if you can. So that's why it's so important to protect your aorta and stay healthy. So here's some ways, again, to keep blood pressure in check. Again, you can't say it enough. It's a good reminder. You take your medications as prescribed on time, prevent any, you know, like a big difference. Like if you take it at 9 in the morning, 9 at night, try and stay within that. I don't know what the range is. I'm guessing less than an hour. You don't want to go too far outside those. But anyway, take it on time, take it as prescribed, and just remember to do it. Limit your salt intake and follow an appropriate heart healthy diet. Too much salt does raise your blood pressure. And you can be on certain diets that do help to reduce that blood pressure. So seek out those. Everyone's different with what they can eat and what they like to eat. But yeah, there's a lot of good heart healthy, blood pressure lowering diets out there. Stay active, move, move, move. If your doctor prescribes it and allows you move within his range, their range of movement, but do it, move. And keep a good log of monitoring your blood pressure at home so that when you do go to your appointments, you can bring that and your doctor can look them over and make sure that everything looks good and that you're doing a good job. Well, that's it for another Topic Tuesday, he says. We hope to see you again next week, and we will. So another good article on blood pressure, hypertension, what you can do to control it. Yeah, good stuff.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah,
So Bo
good.
gets back to us and he
Mhm.
says, let's see, lisinopril, amlodipine, and clonidine. He also takes a water pill. Plus, he just beat throat cancer.
He just
He just
he
beat throat cancer.
way to
Hell
go,
yeah,
Bo.
Bo. Way to go.
Woo!
Ring that bell.
Yep, that's we're celebrating. I bet that feels real good, Bo. I'm happy for you.
And Christina says, hi, Molly. She also
Christina.
says, congratulations on beating the cancer, Bo.
Yeah, that's good news. Good news, Bo. Sorry you had to go through that.
Well, I remember he had a battle buddy with him, so I'm curious if he's going to give us a quick update on that as well.
Hmm, yeah, we like to know these things. Keep in touch with everyone. Well, good. I'm glad you're here, Bo. More ways than one. Yeah, Christina, I will be coming through your neck of the woods tomorrow, but I'm flying into Texarkana, so I will not be driving by your exit, so I won't be able to see you this time. Darn it! But I just want to let you know I'll be in the area one day. We'll get it together one day for sure. Well, let's move right along to our very proud, Aortic is very proud at the launch of another patient guide, and this one is titled Aortic Disease. So the last one was Aortic Dissection, the patient guide, and this is Aortic Disease, and it's awesome. You can get your copy. So here we have it. It is it's a book about talking about what is aortic disease, the diagnosis and treatment, what to do after you've been diagnosed, and how to ace your healthcare journey, advocate, communicate, and educate is ace your health care journey and living with aortic disease, much more. Download the book, get onto the website, go in there and download your free copy of the aortic disease, the patient guide. Very proud of this book. very proud. A full year of hard work and dedication. Contributors were ambassadors, Aortic Hope ambassadors, medical students, clinical consultants, patient representatives, and caregivers. And we are proud to announce the release of it. It's the second publication. Yay. This has been made possible by Abbott Laboratories, Artivion, Edwards Life Sciences, and Terumo Aortic. So that was very, very grateful for them. So yes, again, this is a free downloadable PDF, and share it with your clinicians, your doctors, your surgeons, the office you go to, even, maybe even your primary care. Let them know that there are bulk pre-orders available for the hard copy of the book, and they will be sent to your medical care provider in a box. And I believe, I believe there's 25 books in that box for free. Free. They just have to order it. And then they can hand those out to their patients or people that have, concerns for aortic disease, or their caregivers. Um, Obviously we ask for a donation. And so that is something to, while they're free, it would be real nice to receive some type of donation to help this book along and future books. So yeah, good stuff. And due to a special grant, Aortic Hope is able to offer a limited quantity of both of these, the aortic dissection and aortic disease, the patient guide, hard copies, for free, one per household. So thank goodness for that grant. That's really nice. But again, you can get the PDF copy. And for everyone, not just the medical providers, but anyone that receives a book, a little donation goes a long way. Yay. So donate, donate, donate. It keeps things moving and interesting, and broadens the reach that these important books, go and give to people. Yeah, yeah. I haven't gotten my book yet. I can't wait. But I did get the aortic dissection patient guide, and I received a couple of hard copies that I gave to cardiac rehab, the nurses, cardiac nurses at cardiac rehab, and they actually pushed them on to the cardiac floor to some people who were newly diagnosed with aneurysm, had an aneurysm surgery, and I think one or two dissections. So that's one way to do it too. You order a couple extra copies, and yeah, spread the wealth, spread it out, hand them out, and hopefully it'll get in the hands of somebody who really, really needs it. Yeah, very proud of that book. Yay.
Right on. So
Yeah,
Christina lets us know here that the alarm woke her up. She said it's automatic, and she was in the middle of a 4 hour nap, which 4 hours isn't napping.
that's a what did John call it? A donkey siesta.
That's right. I forgot about that.
John, our Therapeutic Thursday therapist, John, he lives in Spain, and so they're kind of known for their siestas. Well, he let us know that a little siesta that happens in the morning hours, like 10 or 11, the late morning, is called a donkey siesta. I think that's hilarious. Well, good.
So
I'm glad. So
it
her notification bell woke her up.
or an alarm, but it turns out that she's been working pretty hard. She's been driving the tractor or a truck from like 5 a.m. and she's not getting home until like midnight or 2 a.m. And then they got rained out till like 10 p.m. last night. So
Yeah.
she's cashing in, I think.
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't
that's
blame
what
her.
it
Good.
is.
That's hard work.
Oh, Bo, if I recall correctly, you said that you also had a friend of yours that was also fighting cancer at the same time. He said, "What else did you want to know?"
Oh,
Yeah. Okay, carry on. This is going to be a long segment, so everybody
yeah.
buckle in.
I encourage everyone to read this series. It's Ryan Rodimer, our resident aortic dissection patient in the community, also a genetic counselor. I believe specifically for cardiology. Am I right, Joshua? Or just generic genetics? Well, anyway, he's a
Where?
wealth of information. Ryan, when he was a genetic counselor, he was it geared towards cardiology mostly? I think
Oh,
it was.
way back then, I think you're onto something. I think so. Yeah.
Well, he's on it now, and he put out
Cardiogeneticist, I think
this.
it was. That's the first time we
There we
heard
go.
that. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so he's a wealth of information for us. Put together Genetics 101. It's an 8-week blog series, and we are on week 6. And this is provided by Ryan, obviously, and our social media uh, associate is Joyce, and she put this together for us so we could read it again. And it's great. So if you haven't read it, go in there and read the series. You'll learn a lot, and it's great. And you can, pass on the information to friends and family that could probably get something out of it too. So here we go. Let's go. It's big. Week 6 of 8. So far, Ryan has helped us understand how aortic disease can be genetic, whether it's part of a larger syndrome like Marfan or Loeys-Dietz, or limited to the aorta like a non-syndromic hereditary thoracic aortic disease. This week, we take an important step forward, learning how genetic testing ties all these pieces together. So if you or someone you love has experienced aortic dissection or has a family history of aortic disease, genetic testing could be a game changer. In this post, Ryan explains how testing can help identify at-risk family members, influence medical decisions, and bring peace of mind by offering answers where there may have been uncertainty. So let's explore why genetic testing matters, because knowing your risk could save a life. All right. In the weeks leading up to now, we have chatted about how aortic disease can be inherited from multifactorial disease, multiple genes and environmental factors, lower risk, later age, to a single gene that causes part of a larger syndrome, like Marfan's, Loeys-Dietz, vascular Ehlers-Danlos, and those that are confined to the thoracic aorta, which is non-syndromic hereditary thoracic aortic disease. So let's chat about an important topic that ties them all together: genetic testing. As always, don't hesitate to email ryan@myaorticjourney.com if you have any questions, and he is open to answer every and all questions. So take note of that email address and shoot him an email if you have questions. Come up with a question, interact with him. He's a great guy and very helpful to our community. Um, and just remember our guiding mantra: think aorta, think family. So think about your aorta, think about your family, and all the genetic factors that could link them all together. Um, the benefits of genetic testing for aortic disease. um, you'll likely understand the importance of early detection and treatment for aortic disease. However, did you know that genetic testing can offer significant benefits for the management and prevention of this condition? In this post, we'll explore the benefits of genetic testing for aortic disease and what survivors, families, and caregivers should know. So what is it? Aortic disease, well, he says, he's saying this because you may have just jumped onto week 6 and not seen weeks 1 through 5. So if you have just come straight here without reading the rest of the blog, um, he's going to go over real brief what aortic disease is. The aorta is the largest blood vessel in the body. It's also an organ, and it carries oxygen-rich blood from the heart to the rest of the body. Aortic disease refers to a variety of conditions that affect the aorta, including aneurysms and dissections. Aortic aneurysms occur within the walls of the aorta, weaken and bulge outward, putting the vessel at risk of rupture. Aortic dissections occur when the inner layer of the aorta tears, allowing blood to flow between the layers and potentially cause the vessel to rupture. Aortic disease can have severe and life-threatening complications if left untreated, making early detection and intervention critical. And this is where genetic testing may come into play.
I'm wondering where Molly went. She seems frozen. All right, so let's catch up to the chat here. So Christina says that yesterday, bail mover truck somewhere else yesterday broke the seat. And so not stopping the bumps in the field, going up to 35 miles an hour, working to beat the rain. I asked if she had more fixes to apply, get those managed during the storm. Oh, we don't have a Molly. She seems to have lagged out. So if you guys can bear with us for just a minute to see if she reconnects. I'm sending her a message to let her know. See if maybe she's catching that. And she's dialing back in. You're going to be on your phone? Okay, hold on. Let me bring you back into the show. Pal, say hi to everybody.
Well, hello, everyone. I am just trying to sign on. All of a sudden, my computer stopped. It's plugged in and ready to go. So I'm going to sign back onto it, but I
Okay.
didn't want to leave it hanging thinking I just ran out of the room. It is a mouthful to read these genetic series, though, I must say.
It is. It is.
All right, let me get signed on there. And so about these, so genetic testing is interesting. And I actually had it done. There's people discuss they don't want to know. They don't want their insurance companies to know if they have a pre-existing situation. So I'm sure Ryan talks about all those things. But I sure think I would want it. So, and Kara knows some of the specifics, but she's a little better at this and definitely been around a little bit longer than me. But she says that they have X amount of known genes for aortic disease and dissections and aneurysms, but there's so many more. But each year they find a few more genes that pertain to aortic disease. So.
Yeah, I think the conventional wisdom right now is to get retested every 5 or 6 years. And it used to be get tested every 10 or so. And so that's nice. It's nice that that number is coming down.
Restart my computer. So we're just going to chit chat unless you want to read it for me.
Ha! I can't read. So Bo here shares with us that his battle buddy did beat cancer. He had lung cancer, but now his sister has pancreatic cancer, and that's the bad one. He says she's in stage 3. The cancer is wrapped around some main arteries, and they can't cut it out. They have to shrink it and hope that it releases from the arteries, and then they can go in there. And so thoughts and prayers are going to go out to Bo and his sister. We hope that everything goes the way it needs to go.
That's a lot. That's a lot, Bo.
Yeah.
Good positive vibes going your way, your sister's way. Now, I might not be able to do this, so let me play around and I read these.
You want to try it from there?
Sure. I might not be able to share.
You're not going to rejoin? Did you try to reboot your machine, or did your machine shut off?
It just
died. It zonked?
So I think I'll be able to come back on. Give it a second.
This small commercial break brought to you by Apple.
Go ahead, tell us a joke, Joshua.
Oh, that's funny. One of my favorite one-liner jokes. Blind man walks into a bar. You didn't see it. That's the joke. It's so simple. It's so simple.
I oh, he walked into it like boom. Ah, that's not funny. That's not funny. All right. All right, here we go. We're back on. So
Are you
I'm
about to
going to try.
transfer the call over? Go ahead. Let's see how this takes. I'm going to pull the screen down while we get things back in order. Go ahead.
See how I can do this.
On your computer, you should have a thing that says transfer to this device. Like you're in a call. Do you want to transfer?
Yeah.
Did it close out all of the browser tabs too?
No, I restored those.
Okay.
It's a good thing I'm cute.
Super helpful. Super helpful.
That's such a Karen thing, I must say. I just pulled a Karen. I mean that with heart. This isn't very fun for anyone that spent their time coming to see us.
Christina's laughing at us. That helps me.
You.
That helps me a lot.
I want to go for a ride on the tractor, Christina.
She's been ducking storms, she says.
Oh, there's transfer. Okay.
She almost got a skull fracture. What?
Uh-oh.
Were these big giant ice, what are those things called? Hail? Was it hail that was also coming down, Christina? I'm not sure what that camera's pointed at.
It's pointed at me.
No.
Pointed at my mom's plant.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Let's get this camera on. All right. Let's see. I think
there
we're back.
There we go.
Okay.
You're almost ready.
Get a little share session going, and we'll get back to this marathon of an article.
Closer and closer. You're not in the frame on the share.
Get there. It's because I didn't do it right.
Christina, inside, she's seething. She's a pro, though. Can you not toggle it from here?
Let me try. There we go. Share. Stop sharing. Let me stop sharing for a second. Hang on, give me 1 second. I think I'm on it. My computers must be tired or something. It's just bogged down. I've got it plugged in. All right, here we go. Screen. Well, we don't need to see me.
That's not how this works.
Well, it's not really giving me an option to be in the picture.
What?
Share content, window or screen. Doesn't give me the standout.
Okay, well, I guess we'll have to do with what we have.
Yeah, we don't need to look at me. You already saw me. Let's just go through these last couple little fun articles here.
All right, take it away.
All right. Let's get down to where we were. So here we go. This wasn't a long one. Yay. So if you or a loved one has a history of aortic disease, we may have just said this, but it may be worth getting the genetic testing. you would want to start by performing genetic testing in a family member who has an aneurysm or has suffered aortic dissection. And if there's a gene that our testing can find, that family member is obviously likely to carry it. Testing an unaffected family member first is a poor approach and should only be considered if there isn't a living affected member to test. So this is because a normal gene test in an unaffected family member, it doesn't rule out genetic risk to that person. There are many families with hereditary aortic disease in which we cannot find the gene responsible. So that is why there are limitations to starting with testing in an unaffected family member. Your healthcare provider can refer you to a genetic counselor or a facility. And it's important to note that genetic testing is not appropriate for everyone and may not always be covered by insurance. We'll chat about cost and insurance coverage next time. Okay, that's good to know in the next two episodes. However, for those who are appropriate candidates for genetic testing, the potential benefits may outweigh the cost of the effort involved. And I agree with that. Throw your money at your health and your life and staying healthy. He adds, he's getting ahead of himself a little here, but costs of genetic testing have come way down over the last 5 to 10 years. It no longer costs thousands of dollars and most can afford it. So cost and insurance will be covered soon, as will genetic discrimination, both of which have acted as barriers to testing for many people and are important things to consider before test. So he'll tackle those in the next two episodes, the next two blogs. So in conclusion, there are benefits and genetic testing has many significant benefits for the management and prevention of aortic disease by identifying the underlying genetic condition of the genetic cause of the condition and screening family members. It potentially can prevent life-threatening complications and save lives. Additionally, genetic testing can offer relief from the uncertainty and fear that often accompanies aortic disease. Talk to your healthcare provider about whether genetic testing is appropriate for you, and together you both can make informed decisions about managing your health and reducing your risk of complications. If you have any concerns, again, reach out to Ryan at myaorticjourney.com, and continue learning and supporting one another on this journey with the help of Aortic Hope. I agree with that. Remember, think aorta, think family. Great article, Ryan. He's really good. I like this series.
He does a great job. I'm wondering if I can get you back in the frame or not.
Let's just not. I don't.
No, I'm not going to be able to make any changes on my end.
Why don't you put yourself on?
Nope.
Well, I'm sorry, guys, but you had me for a few minutes. That's all right. We're doing a podcast now.
On to the next one.
Let's go to the next one. Okay. AHTV also on Thursdays brings to you John Quick, Therapeutic Thursday, and he is a therapist. He's also an aortic dissection patient of 18 and a half years, and he's a wealth of information and a great guy and really interesting to listen to him, talk to him, and his interaction with others that he has on his show. And if you're interested in talking with John live in the public forum, yeah, contact Aortic Hope and sign up, and he'll give you a call, and you guys can jump on Therapeutic Thursday. It's a really good thing. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. Please, please, please. Like I said, he's a good guy. He's great to listen to. He had a really great show last week, I believe, with Mark Matucci, I believe. That was really, I enjoyed that a lot. Yeah. So, and then rolling into the weekend, we have Feel Good Friday, and Nikki contributes this, and it was National Donut Day at Aortic Hope. Okay, I can't get excited about this. I'm not really a donut person. I don't eat donuts, but I know a lot of people do, and they make you happy. They're not good for you, but they make you happy. So she asked, "What is your favorite donut flavor?" Christina, Bo, Velda, what do you like? Where do you go to get your donuts, and what flavors do you like the most? Fun fact, National Donut Day was started in 1938 to honor the Salvation Army volunteers who served donuts to soldiers during World War One. It's a patriotic duty to grab a dozen of donuts. Oh, that's
That's
funny.
funny.
That is funny. I mean, I like glazed, I guess. Krispy Kreme has a good glazed one. Um, but it's not really, okay, well, I don't want to ruin it, but yeah, let's hear what you guys like. Bring it.
Uh, Velda says double chocolate at Tim Hortons.
Tim Hornets. What a great name for a donut shop.
No, Tim Hortons is it's like a
Oh.
grocery chain, I believe, up in Canada land.
Oh, I thought you said Tim
My
Hornets.
my buddy hates it when I call it Canada.
Canada. Well, it seems a little disrespectful. It's like calling you Joe or something and your name's
Maybe,
Joshua.
maybe.
I don't know.
It's just funny to watch him get riled up.
I have uber respect for our northern neighbors, especially.
I uh, I found out about the crullers that Dunkin' Donuts has, and
Oh.
they're like this weird looking shape. They're not really just like donut looking things,
Hmm.
and for whatever reason they have like a bunch less calories than the regular donuts have. So those are the ones I got.
Oh,
Christina
okay.
says she
See,
only eats 2 donuts a year. She gets it.
oh, Alicia, that's good. I mean, two's good. It's what days? Why is it two a year? Is it Christmas and Easter or something? Like, what are the big days of the year that you eat donuts?
Oh, knowing Christina, it's going to be because she's in Vegas at the World Championship Rodeo thing. So it's part of the continental breakfast.
She's fun. Good fun.
Bavarian cream filled top with chocolate glaze. That's what's up. She even knows which ones she likes.
Good girl. I think the pink ones are just. I don't want to ruin it. I really can't. I need to just be happy. It was National Donut Day. I mean, yay. Bye. Bye. So then, again, we do share with you some of our resources on our website, on Aortic Hope website. And there's one section, it's aortic disease terminology. Take a peek at that. There's some good ones in there. And all things aorta, aneurysm, or aortic disease. Um, Tells you what the aortic root is. This refers to that bulging portion at the base of the ascending aorta. This segment provides structural support for the aortic valve. The left and right coronary arteries also originate from this segment, the aortic root. So if you didn't know that, there it is right there. Alphabetical order goes all the way down to, let's go all the way. Oh, we know what those are. Well, maybe not. And it tells you, a little bit what a stent graft is. Artificial fabric covered tube used to repair an aortic aneurysm. However, instead of using open heart surgery, doctors insert stent grafts using a minimally invasive technique through an artery in your groin. Stent graft. So anyway, take a gander, take a peek at our aortic disease terminology in the resource section of Aortic Hope website. So Saturday is Joshua and I's very favorite day. It's Survivor Series Saturday. And this last week we had the adorable Dee Riete. She is a Brazilian national down there. And she's very accomplished. She's a Reiki master and a teacher with over 20 years of practice, and she's also a wellness facilitator. And she combines her knowledge in alternative healing modalities to enhance mind, body, and spirit to promote healing and awareness. She also holds certifications, including certified aromatherapist and teacher, chakra balance facilitator and practitioner, holistic health and wellness coach, Access Bars practitioner, oh my goodness, and floral essences practitioner. She also leads the alternative therapy and human awareness chapter, promoting wellness classes and workshops. Oh my God, we need her. I'm so glad she's here and sharing her story. I've been traveling, so I haven't had a chance
Oh, she's
to,
like
yeah,
you.
I
So
was,
she was diagnosed with an aneurysm, and she was thinking about getting that repair done in Brazil. And so she flew her mom out. And before they went down for this, they decided to go on a small vacation out in California, where she ended up having her dissection. And so not only was her mom displaced from Brazil, and she's a resident of Atlanta, she was in California for the repair and the first little bit of her recovery before she came back. And so she never made it to Brazil for her repair.
oh, wow.
But she's she's super thankful. She's got a big giant energy for everything that she wants to do, and in this community we're constantly seeing the variety, the variance that people have when it comes to exercise. And she was pretty open about only being able to walk for about 30 minutes before she got zonked out. And so she's 8 years out, and she still has this like 30-minute is kind of her ceiling for that kind of effort.
Huh.
Yeah. So we
So,
never we never know. We never know what life is going to be like on the other side of that operation.
yeah, wow. So she dissected before her repair,
Yep, just like you had a schedule,
just
had an
like
idea, and then
yeah,
merp.
er,
Yep.
bingo. Well, was she now, let me ask you this, 8 years, did she become all these certifications in wellness and health
Oh yeah,
masters?
she had a thriving practice, and she had to scale back her work, and then she had to kind of get back up to it, get back into it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
she's got the right spirit for it.
yeah, she's
She's got
really cute. I
that big bright smile and
yeah.
gracious energy. We'll
Yeah.
be recording her story in Portuguese later this week, and we're gonna go ahead and air that. But it'll be wonderful to be able to have this. We captured Maria Trinidad's in Spanish.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully, one day Natalie will give us hers in both English and French.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
yeah, very excited for these. Velda says everything is good fried in oil.
Yep, that's
Christina
true.
says no continental breakfast at those Vegas hotels on the strip. No coffee maker either. So I bring my own coffee maker, fill the cooler with ice from the hotel, and I have to walk our milk. Oh, that's the worst. They say everything's free in Vegas as long as you're gambling. Otherwise, pay up.
Oh gosh.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm glad. I'm
Well,
glad that
good.
we had Dee. She's wonderful, and
Me too.
we're gonna have another wonderful lady who's on the other side of the spectrum of Dee when it comes to being athletic post repair.
Well, yeah, that's coming up next Saturday. So yeah, I'm
This
gonna
Saturday.
yeah, this Saturday, like 5 days. Yeah. Um, I can't wait to listen to Dee's live event. So if you haven't already, sign up for the sharing your story, your survivor story. And everyone kind of likes the live events where you go live. Joshua facilitates that. You go live, tell your story, and there's just like this, there's people in chat that support you and ask you questions and comment on, your story. And it's great. It's really great. If you're a little shy in front of the camera, you can do a written story and we will publish that. Or you can do a recorded video of yourself, and we'll just replay that on Saturday. So yeah, sign up, Survivor Series Saturday. The community thanks you for it. All right, let's wrap this up. We're going into, so we're in June already, first week of June. Tomorrow is the Tuesday, the 10th. We have at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern time. We have the support group meeting led by Mark Matucci. The next day, Wednesday, the 11th at 10 p.m. Yes, 10 p.m. Eastern. The Caregiver Connection for caregivers only. And that's a nice special group there. And they get together and talk. Thursday, let's see, we have to. We're not going to have Therapeutic Thursday this Thursday. I believe John is on vacation, good for him. But we do have on our AHTV channel, Thursday the 12th at 8 p.m. Eastern, we have Aortic Athletes Live Q&A with Dr. Alan Braverman and Dr. Tim Churchill. Those are always great, really informative, really great uh, videos or live events. Very, yep. And then
It
again, we
is,
have our
hold on,
Survivor
hold on.
Series.
It is
Yeah.
my understanding that the Aortic Athletes Live Q&A will be geared around, is your aorta ready for exercise?
Oh, good one.
Mm-hmm.
Good one. Oh, that'll be good. And we have doctors there to, help facilitate that. And so, yeah, but always, even with these things, even though we have doctors and surgeons and certified people, always talk to your own doctor about, some of the things that you learn or glean from these live events, and take it to your doctor and get their approval so that you are doing the right thing for yourself. Yeah. And then we have Saturday, like you mentioned, Survivor Series featuring Judy Sharman. Can't wait for that. That'll be airing at 7 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. And yeah, I'll be back with you. Oh, we have Qigong. I forgot. We usually have Qigong with Kevin Songer on Sundays at 12:30 p.m. And then I'll see you guys again on Monday, the 16th, this time. And I will have my computer working better. All right.
Also, Dan joined the chat. He says, I have serious gringo accent.
Hi, Dan. Glad you showed up. I am hiding. I'm in hiding, but I'm going to hide and say bye and just say thanks for being here. And I enjoyed talking with you guys and you guys sharing some of your stuff. And let's do it again next Monday.
And don't
Sounds
forget
good.
to
Don't
like
forget.
and subscribe. Yep.
Well, you go ahead and do
No, no,
that.
you
Yeah,
do it.
like, well, we do, if you haven't figured out yet, likes are good things on social media. So if you like an organization like Aortic Hope, then hit the like button, that little thumbs up. And the more the better, because that just makes Aortic Hope that much more visible to the masses out there. So like it and share it with your friends and family. Share it with other people in the community if you think they might be missing this. Just share. And then, those little that notification bell that may or may not have woke Christina up from her donkey nap, donkey siesta. Uh, click on the the notification bell so you get alerts for whenever Air to Cope goes live on AHTV. Signing off. Have a great week, everyone, and I'll see you next Monday. Bye.